me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. You see the title? You know what we're about to talk about. Let's go. Okay, so if I could start my microneedling journey all over again, what do I wish I knew from the beginning to make this process even smooth? First of all, do you know what microneedling is? If not, I got you. Also, shout out to Banish for sponsoring today's video.
It's actually time to change out the head, so I'm going to do that and then put this back together. And this is very easy to do. You're just going to go ahead and make sure you sanitize with alcohol and let that sit for 5 minutes. Take the alcohol out and then let it sit for another 5 minutes before you use it on your face. And then as you can see, you just tap, tap, tap away on your face. Slight pressure, don't do too much on there. Make sure you avoid any active outbreaks that you might be having. And then once I get through my entire face, I just go ahead and I follow that up with the vitamin C serum, just so I can keep some hydration in my face. And it's that simple to do microneedling at home by yourself, but it's so beneficial if you have hyperpigmentation, any scarring that you want to work on, texture, if you have acne-prone skin. This is definitely something you need in your routine.
Now, this summer will make it like 2 years that I've been doing microneedling at home by myself. It has been a journey, an on again, off again journey. And these are some of the things that, the things I'm about to tell you, these are some of the things that I kind of wish I had known from the very beginning, because they probably would have made me take it more seriously even sooner. And it probably would have made me start even sooner. One of those things being the cost that you save. I want to say within the last year, especially, I have gotten into a lot of beauty maintenance, learning how to do it myself. And it's not just, savings, the cost of learning how to do it yourself. I'm just in general someone who likes knowing things, knowing how to do things myself. I have made it very clear I am very appreciative of service providers. I respect what they do. They go to school for stuff like that to learn all that information. They should be highly respected, highly valued, right? And that's another thing. The things that they learn in school and whatnot, those are things when you start learning how to do it yourself, you just get a broader perspective of certain things. You get a broader perspective of skin, skin care, health, all of those things. But when you start looking at the cost that you save, when you learn how to do certain things yourself, you're like, wait a minute, that nail salon ain't gonna see me ever again. Y'all know I started, learning how to do my own nails, brow tinting, brow lamination, dermaplaning. When you start getting those tools yourself, you're like, I could spend $9 to get the nail drill, $50 on a nail kit, never have to go back to the salon and spend $160. Think of Pilates, right? If you know Pilates, you know Pilates is not cheap. So if you spend $200, $300 that one time and buy your own reformer, which honestly, truly, that might be next. That might be on this year's bucket list of things to figure out. So same thing with microneedling. Microneedling is not cheap if you get it done at a salon or by a service provider. So with something like the Banisher, the price of that 2 to 3 times a year compared to if you are consistent with microneedling and get it done with a service provider. Next up is consistency. And I feel like that is with a lot of things in life. You are not going to see results if you are not consistent. And it's like, yes, I know that, but sometimes it really takes you seeing results for you to realize, like, why do I keep playing with myself? Now, I did say on and off again type of relationship with it. So, when we're on, we good. Every single week, I have no issues, but life happens. Mental health isn't that great. You kind of fall off of it and, you start feeling how you look. Well, you start looking how you feel, I should say. And you're like, why did I stop doing that? You start doing it again and you're like, there we go. I am back to feeling like myself because I'm looking like myself. That is a mental battle that you have to deal with, but you have to, because when you are consistent, I feel like if I was even more consistent, I would have seen even better results, even faster. And it's not a race, right? I think they say it takes like 30 days to do something consistently for it to become something that you just stick with. Now, mind you, I've done that. Not just with microneedling, but with other things in my life. I've done it for the 30 days. Maybe I'm consistent 60 days. And then that 61st day is a battle, babes. But I try. I am trying. It's not a race, but I feel like when you see results, you are more enticed to want to keep going. Think of the gym. When you see that you're losing weight, you're gaining weight, you're like, I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep at it. But if you're not consistent, you might see little gains here and there, but the long-term goals that you're looking for, you're not going to see if you don't remain consistent. And then if you don't see them, you don't remain consistent. So you have to think about it. Even if you don't see it, you have to stay consistent. Next up, I have sensitive skin. Please do not play with please do not play with your skin with microneedling, whether that's in a service provider or you're doing it at home by yourself. Be very careful with the products that you are using before and after microneedling. Like certain actives, be very careful. Make sure you have researched it. Talk to professionals if you have to. Be very careful with what you are using. That is why I follow directions when it comes to skincare, stuff like that. When I first started using the microneedler, they said keep your skincare very simple after using it, and that's exactly what I do. Honestly, truly, the day before and the day after as well. If I'm just going to, you know, little cleanser, moisturizer on my face, call it a day, then we're gonna call it a day afterwards, because it can go left very quickly if you do not. Following up with that, sunscreen. And I've been telling y'all for years, sunscreen, 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 not just over this, but in general. But again, when you are doing certain things to your face and you want to see results, especially things that are going to help you with hyperpigmentation, that are going to help your skin brighten as far as glow looks, those type of things, you can't do those treatments, you can't use those products and then not wear sunscreen and go outside in the sun all day. You're not seeing any results because you're not protecting your investment. So basically, aftercare. And the irony is that aftercare after microneedling is very simple, but if you're a 10-step skincare girly, it's something that you have to get used to. So it really boils down to like discipline and consistency. And if you master those when it comes to microneedling, you are going to see results and you are going to really like your results. It's a very simple process, and it's a very helpful process as well. Like I said, when y'all start pointing out how my skin looks, I know I'm doing something right. And again, getting comments like those motivates you to continue going. So it's not anything too crazy that I wish I had known beforehand. And honestly, truly, those are things that I probably had issues with before microneedling, but there are definitely things to keep in mind when you are getting started with microneedling. And if those are certain things that would stop you from getting into microneedling, it is doable. It ain't that easy to overcome, but it is doable, and I highly recommend you get started, because baby, if you want glowing skin, if you want to work on hyperpigmentation, texture skin, yeah, get into it. All right, y'all, so that is it for today's video. Let me know down below if you get microneedling done, whether you do it by yourself, you have someone do it for you, what results you've seen, or if you're thinking about it, what you want to focus on, or anything that might be stopping you from trying it. Let me know all of that in the comments down below. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.